Hi, this is Robert. Um, I'm going to use Google Documents to help my teachers participate in the game building process that I'm working with right now. And the best way to show you why I'm using it or how I'm using Google Documents is really kind of to show you why at the same time. But I'm right here at my website, and I'm going to go into my Jeopardy Games page and look at some pages. And here's a game that I've built, just basic math one. And as soon as it comes up, we bring up this game, and here it is. We can select how many teams we want, let's say 3 teams. And I start the game. And as we look at this, we have place values, decimals, fractions, percents, and a little bit of geometry. And that's all fine and good for my purposes as the math teacher, but my objective is to have other games or other categories other than just math, because as much as I like math, I have to admit and realize that not everybody else does, especially my kids. So what I'd like to do is have 3 categories of math and 2 categories of other material, such as carpentry, culinary arts, reading, or what have you. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back to another game. And here's one that I've put together to demonstrate to my teachers how this could happen and what I'm talking about. So I just choose three teams and start a game. Now I have the same basic game, place values, decimals, fractions, percents, and now I have Job Corps specific material. And I want to notice right now, we'll look at this Job Corps for 200. And we click on this, and we have this particular question, the ability to accept, to actively listen, follow directions, communicate with others to solve problems. And here's the response, and it is communications. That's the answer. Okay, now, a nice feature about what I'm doing here is if I refresh this page and choose teams, start a game, look at the same category for 200, and it is another question. No, it's not. It's the same question. Sorry about that. Let me refresh and do this again. And Job Corps for 200. So the Job Corps for 200 randomly selected another question, and the correct response is something different. So this is somewhat of a dynamic game. Now, with that in mind, what I have, my question to myself was, okay, how can I get these other teachers involved so that I can use their expertise and call upon their expertise and get them involved in such a project, and then at the same time build them tools that they could use in their classroom. So what I came up with was something to this effect. I go into my email, my Gmail account, and go into Google Documents, and I've already got this page open, so I go into my Google Documents, and I create them a page, those that want to work with me, and I give them a page that they can edit. For instance, I'm going to go in here to the driver's ed page that I created for our driver's ed instructor. And what I've done is I set up the page with this this template right here. I showed him, pointed out, okay, here's the category that you need to name and edit. Here are the 100 questions, the questions worth 100 points, and all you need to do is write the question, write the answer, and give me the correct response. Here's a question number 2 and answer number 2, and he put his response, he highlighted his response right here. Now, so I'm getting feedback from the driver's ed instructor. I'm getting his expertise, and he has, as of this point right now, he has edited this document and created, let's see, 5 2 questions per value. So he's created 10 questions for us. The last time we were in here together, we looked at how to import graphics into Google Documents for us to use for other questions. Now the point is that he is, I'm trying to take him from ground zero, assuming the teacher knows little to nothing about the applications, and in this particular case, I'm pretty well right. He had, he said that he didn't hardly even know how to use a word processor, but now he has edited his document and feels good about contributing and has tools that he and I both can use. So when I go in here and do the coding, I take his questions and answers, I do the coding to make the dynamic material for the Jeopardy game, then I will post him a note, and I'll edit this document as well, and tell him exactly where the game is at and where his material is at so that he can use it on his own without being involved in the math stuff. He doesn't have to worry about the math questions. So let me show you that. We'll just look at his work and see what he's done. So I'm going to go back to my Jeopardy game page where all this stuff is at, and I've set up a page just for him with his driver's ed material. And just like right here, here's the reading teacher has done the same thing. She has created 63 questions. But we look at the driver's ed stuff, and he can come in here and use his driver's ed questions with his students and just click on new problem, and it gives him one of those 10 questions that he created, and then click on the answer. So he can now use this material without having to use the math material, but he can use this material with his students using a projector. He can just run through these questions, and he can add as many questions to this as he so desires. But that's what I'm doing, trying to, like I said, trying to use the expertise of my fellow teachers and trying to get them involved and get them more excited about using technology as well. And again, the application that I'm using is Google Documents, which starting out as simple as possible is no more difficult than using a word processor. So thank you for listening, and I hope this was somewhat insightful.